You ever wonder what really drives transformative change? And I'm not talking about just small improvements. I mean the kind of huge, seismic shifts that create elite performers, revolutionary organizations, and ideas that completely change the world. Today, we're peeling back the layers on the engine of success itself to figure out what truly powers these incredible outcomes. It's the big question, right? What's the secret sauce? Is it a brilliant plan, all mapped out and perfectly executed? Or is it something, I don't know, more raw, more instinctual that just takes over when all the plans go out the window? We're about to dive into two very different but equally powerful answers. So, on one side, you've got the power of a shared blueprint, a collective vision that gets an entire group pointed in the exact same direction. And on the other side, you've got the lone warrior's will, that explosive internal force that makes one person act when nobody else will. Two paths, two very different mindsets. Let's kick things off with the blueprint. All right, first up, we're jumping into the world of organizational change. This is where success isn't about one single genius having a breakthrough. It's about getting an entire group of people to see, believe in, and build the exact same future together. Okay, let's get something straight about the word vision. It is not a dusty plaque on an office wall. A real vision is a living, breathing belief system. It's that moment when everyone, and I mean everyone from the top down, doesn't just know where the company's headed, they own it. It literally becomes their shared reality. And here is a perfect example of this in action. At the AUSS school in Australia, they have this amazing educational project. It's not just some abstract idea, it's the physical result of their shared vision. Their motto was tomorrow's future today, so they went and built it, creating a learning space grounded in this deep collective goal. So how do you actually get there? Well, it's not magic. Organizations like AUS use structured frameworks, like the one you see here. You have to start by creating a sense of urgency. Then you build a strong team, and only then do you create and communicate the vision. After that, it's all about clearing the path and racking up some quick wins. It just goes to show that even something as inspiring as a vision needs a solid, practical plan to become real. And this is the key right here. As one of the teachers at AUS said, a vision has to be a living process. It's something you're always working on, always living out. But that brings up a really interesting question. What happens when the process shatters? When there's no framework, no team, and zero time to talk? Well, that leads us to a whole different kind of force. So now we're going to pivot. We're moving from the team to the individual, from the carefully planned to the purely instinctual. This is about that fire that just erupts from inside when everything is chaos. Just listen to these words from Delta Force operator Kyle Morgan. There was no strategy session, no shared blueprint. The way he acted during a hotel attack was, as he puts it, just a reaction, something totally primal, immediate, and unbelievably powerful. This inner fire, it actually has a name: grit. Researchers call it this unique blend of passion and perseverance. And what's wild is that studies show it's an amazing predictor of who actually sticks it out. And not just in elite military units like Delta Force. We're talking sales, school, even marriage. It's the engine that just keeps chugging along when the map is gone. And in Kyle Morgan's story, you see grit manifest in one of the most heroic ways you can imagine. A hotel in Mali is under attack and he doesn't wait for orders. He acts completely alone, on pure instinct, runs into the building by himself, and saves so many people. It was the total opposite of a planned collective strategy. So, okay, we've seen these two massive yet opposite forces: a planned group vision and a spontaneous individual will. On the surface, they seem like they couldn't be more different. But what if they're not? What if they're both tapping into the same hidden power source? Where does this basic ability to shape our world actually come from? The answer might be hidden in something our modern world has basically ignored, a kind of superpower we've all but forgotten we even have. For about the last 400 years, ever since thinkers like Descartes, we've built our world on a purely rational, machine-like foundation. We sliced mind from matter, and in doing that, we labeled anything that didn't fit neatly, anything spectral or paranormal, as irrational, and therefore not real. So, for centuries, this philosophical tug-of-war has been going on. Descartes built this machine of pure reason, and then Kant came along and drew the hard lines around it. But other thinkers kept saying, wait, there's more. Schelling saw genius not as smarts, but as nature acting through a person. And then Bergson argued that our intuition is this powerful, refined instinct, a direct line to a much deeper way of knowing things. And Bergson wasn't just being philosophical for the sake of it. He believed that getting back in touch with our intuition wasn't just for daydreaming. It was about increasing our power to live, our real-world ability to act, and to act effectively.
So here's the profound part. What if the creative vision of that school and the spontaneous grit of that soldier are both just expressions of these natural abilities? Powers that have gotten weak, atrophied, because our culture has been telling us for centuries that only cold, hard reason is real. This all leads to a really cool idea. What if we've been looking at these forces all wrong? What if they're all tied to something ancient and incredibly powerful inside every one of us? Just think about it for a second. A shared vision, which literally projects a future and makes it real. Individual grit, which forces its will onto chaos. Deep intuition, which just knows what to do without logic. Are those really three separate things, or are they just different flavors of the same fundamental human power to build our own world? You know, the ancient Greeks had these incredible metaphors for this exact drive, the Titans. You had Prometheus, the light bearer, who stole fire from the gods. He's that visionary spark, the drive to see a new future. And then you had Atlas, the world builder, holding up the sky. He's the sheer strength it takes to create a whole new order, a new map for reality. These aren't just cool old stories. They're symbols for this elemental power inside us that goes way beyond rational plans. That school in Australia, building a new world of education together, that's the power of Atlas. Kyle Morgan, acting on a Promethean flash of instinct to pull people from the darkness? It's the same titanic drive, just expressed by one person. The philosophical deep dive on this ends with a simple but totally world-changing idea. This power isn't just for mythical gods or heroes. It's a potential that's inside all of us. And so, we come full circle, back to our two paths. You can achieve incredible things with a structured shared plan, or through a spontaneous internal fire. But the biggest takeaway is that both are fueled by something way deeper than spreadsheets and mission statements. They're fueled by a primal, world-shaping force. And that leaves us with one last big question to chew on. Our modern world is built on logic and reason, and that's gotten us far. But in our laser focus on what's mechanical and rational, what powerful, natural, and intuitive abilities have we just let fade away? And what could we all achieve if we learned how to use them again?